Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
Hey, very good Friday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Thank you for everyone listening across our audio streams at edmontonsportstalk.com. Tune in, iHeartRadio for those watching on YouTube and listening on podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Gazzola with here. Jay Milne, Blue Guy, he's with us here yet again. This is the Hangout brought to you by Sentinel Storage, Canada storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transition. Canadian storage provider. Be sure to buy Canadian. Why are you moving the chairs around?
Well, because the back of my microphone stand was hitting the back of the chair.
So you moved the stand, not the chair. The chair is in a specific spot for the camera and all that. So we'll fix that later.
I think it's fine. Symmetrical.
Oiler game day. Oilers looking to go up 2-1 in the series. They're in Anaheim to take on the Ducks. GCLD's Oil Stream pre- and post-game shows tonight. Live VP's Clareview, where also the Lock Shop and Oil Stream will be as well this late this morning into the early afternoon. How are we all doing today?
Tired.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
I'm refreshed. Yesterday was a recharge day.
It was for me too.
Yeah.
And both Reed and I were talking throughout our show yesterday, and you know, you're up late, and then after an Oilers game, as everybody, you want to see the reaction, you want to hear, and you know, you're engaged.
Yeah.
So your mind is just going, and it's a Twitter, and then you try to go to sleep, you probably can't get to bed normally. So yeah, just tired. Last night I really was wanting a refresh, so got home. Did some stuff with the girls, and then, you know, planned on being in bed by like 9:30.
Damn.
Did a good job of it, and then couldn't fall asleep. It was you know that feeling when you get into bed, and then you're kind of tossing.
And your mind's going?
And like I tried tricking my mind. Like a trick for me to fall asleep is to start playing rounds of golf in my head. Like holes.
Yeah.
And just going through the holes of, say, the ranch.
Yes.
And you just hole one and hole two. And, you know, like that. It works for me. Didn't work last night. I'm in and out of it. And then I look up and it's like 11:50. I'm like, gosh darn it. I really wanted to buckle down and, you know, settle into a good sleep. But I feel refreshed this morning, though. So
Thank you for
something.
the Americano, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know why the question thing is a thing.
Well, I'll tell you why, Tom.
Tell me more.
Every Friday that I'm on the Hangout. Now, I know I've let Maddie know I can't be here next Friday, but every Friday I am. I've offered coffees for those that are in the building.
You are gracious.
Yeah, it's a little treat. It's a Friday thing. It's, you know, I like it. And every time you have accepted a coffee, your answer is always something like this: Americano, 1 milk, 1 sugar, GG ?
That's me asking if you would be okay with getting me that.
See, so that's where the rub is, the question mark.
It's me being
It's
polite.
almost, I understand where you're coming from.
Thank you.
But I've already offered the coffee. So
I'm confirming with more politeness.
Well, but you're also to me asking what if an Americano is with 1 milk and 1 sugar? Is that
no
or
inflection.
sometimes it's Americano?
But it might be like, I'm just trying to understand all sides to this.
Thank you.
From Tom's perspective, it might be Americano, and you might go, no, I'm just doing brewed. Like I'm just getting a drip coffee.
Yeah. We're
I'm not going to play
today.
like that's.
But
where,
I've already said the question, morning fellas, coffees.
Which then I think in general, what does coffees mean in an office when you say I'm getting coffees?
Coffee means send me your order.
Is that anything? Is that
yes.
drip?
If you want an iced coffee with a nice latte.
I want a large frappuccino mocha with
2
extra
pumps.
Almond or soy
caramel
milk?
with soy milk.
Lay it on
2
me.
pumps. I don't know if that's an order or something.
Lay it on me.
Is that acceptable? Like, you're too good of a person that I think it would take a lot for you to say no to someone.
Right.
Like, you'd be like, absolutely.
But I'm already offering them.
I know. I'm just going down to the general.
I don't think Tom's out of line at all. I know where the direction of his
I appreciate that.
I will say, I think that there comes a point that the Americano, though, has been accepted by Jay for a very long time.
Yeah.
That the question isn't there anymore.
I'll stop doing
Jay
it.
has
If Tom from
gotten
now
you
on,
in the Americano for like 2 years.
Yeah.
That I don't think that there's going to be a time that Jay's like, Tom, F off, get a drip.
Okay. Well, I want, even though it's been a couple of years and Jay's always gracious and bringing us a coffee in the morning, I want him to know that I still appreciate it.
I appreciate that you want me to feel the appreciation, Tom.
Thank you.
It's an appreciation fest here this morning on the Hangout. And now, from now on, like, you don't even have to say Americano, Gigi. You can just say, yeah, I'm in, and I got you, bud.
Okay.
What
I
is
got
it?
you. It's Americano. With 1 milk and 1 sugar.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's
'Cause
my glue guy right
There's
there.
the order. You have to know the full
my
order
glue
of that.
guy.
So just
Oh,
making
yeah.
sure.
No, I've got it down.
That was one thing I knew.
Okay.
I didn't know it to that level, but when I at the old
You
place.
sometimes change. Normally, you're a black. Sometimes you go regular.
No,
Trev's-
no,
Am I-
cream. Just cream.
Or just
I
cream.
never do
That's
sugar.
what it is.
Yeah. That's why I specify always
Yeah,
black.
and that's
because
totally within the-
I'm drinking a black right now. I generally go back and forth. But like I was at the old place, I used to get all the Keurig pods for everyone. So I knew what everyone liked in terms of which
did have a
coffees
good
they
setup.
wanted.
Yeah.
Like I had 2 bookshelves like that completely full, no duplicates of anything. It was great.
It was elaborate. It was very well.
So I
well done.
And
appreciate
that was
the knowing of
with the
people's
connection
orders.
in the building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It cost us 10 grand worth of contra of coffee in a year.
You might as well get it. Money's worth then.
Well, I didn't know that. It was more, I just kept ordering coffee, so I kept adding to the bill, and I didn't know this.
Well,
Nobody said anything to you,
Nobody's,
though.
and then when the actual accounting person came up, he's like, "Oh, you guys use a lot of this." He's like, "I'm glad it's being used because we spent 10,000 last year." I'm like, "Oh, yeah." It's not like I order extra and give to people to take home.
No, it
no,
was
I never
good.
did that before.
Whoops.
But so I knew which drinks people would go to. So, but you have to know the
like Trev's a regular guy.
Yeah.
You're the cream.
or black.
I'm
Eric would be
easy.
just black. You're
Yeah, I'm
iced
black.
coffee,
I
black.
like iced coffee, black.
It is rare. Like anytime I've offered you a coffee and you've asked me for a coffee, I usually double check. Like, are you sure?
Like a hot coffee.
Yeah, because I'm like, are you sure iced? And you're like, no, I want one.
Today's not the morning for iced
my
coffee.
God.
My
shot of
drive in
winter tonight.
like because I'm
Today.
outside of Edmonton.
Yeah, how was the drive?
It was quite honestly terrible.
Oh, that's good.
East of Edmonton, like that. There's a stretch of Yellowhead just east of Edmonton that's normally bad.
Yeah.
And it's a really bald terrain, so the wind sweeps through and ices things up. It was terrible. And then once you get into the city limits and there's some shelter and there's more traffic, it was just winter driving. But I said
Terrible because of wind, ice.
ice.
Wow, okay.
That's
Yeah,
squall
there was
sucks.
several vehicles in the ditch, and not necessarily people driving erratically. Just if you lost focus for a second, and you're next thing you know you're sideways.
Yeah. It's one of
So
those.
I very to the Cowboy Brewing peeps that were just in or Cowboy Trail. Sorry. Drive safe. I
They're
saw
very nice.
they're not like they're suggesting not to travel Highway 2 because that Red Deer stretch from say Innisfail to Bowden, that's always bad.
Yeah.
That's always windswept.
The building is shaking.
This
with
building
these-
moves. This building
Yeah.
is alive, which we've discovered with the wind. It talks to you at times.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's something in the roof that gets
It's like
that
vents
moves around.
moving around and closing.
Probably.
And
It's like what a 70s, maybe early 80s industrial office building.
I have the spec sheet somewhere.
Of course you do. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I don't know what
We're looking
you
at the
would-
rental thing. I had the sheet. I'm sure it has the date on it in there somewhere.
It seems late 70s, early 80s, especially like it was surrounding it. I know that corner is very new, but it has a very 70s, 80s motif to it, which is fine. That's right in my wheelhouse, baby. Couple things.
yes.
Brandon from Windsor texting in 780-218-9999 says, coffee means I'm hitting up Tim Hortons. What do you want in your black coffee? There's always that one guy who is like, I'll take a large ice cap, $7 later drink. Or you get, like the Grande Americano, or no, Grande Macchiato, caramel macchiato with extra drizzle, extra whip. It's a Bob Stauffer.
Well, I'm not you guys know this as well, as I'm not a fancy coffee guy, so you know where I'm stopping. It's the cheapest coffee in town, and that's McDonald's. Like
McCafe is usually very good too.
And I think it's one of the better brews that you can get through a drive-through.
Yeah.
But that was my point of like the coffee order for an office is where's the line of beyond coffee?
Like I will say this, and this is just I've seen this happen is read or mid-afternoon or early afternoon somebody's saying, hey, I'm going to go across and grab a coffee. What do you want? And I don't want to name names, but there has been instances where it's I'll get a iced caramel macchiato. And
there's only a few of you in the building at that time.
Yeah. Well, that happened to someone else to me this week, though.
Yeah, that I think.
But it wasn't the one you're thinking of.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't feel comfortable. I'd say, hey, black drip, give me the just.
But see, this is where the line is that I was asking earlier.
Well, it depends
if you're
on
saying
individuals.
I'm a coffee.
It depends on the individual.
Where's that line for it?
Like an Americano.
That's why you have to ask.
An Americano is not breaking the bank.
No, it's like 50 cents more.
Like it's not a high end request.
But it's only a few extra bucks for one of those drinks.
But I'm saying if you're not ready to accept all orders, then don't offer in the first place.
That's where I agree.
Yeah.
Because I offered someone a drink this week. They wanted a caramel macchiato.
I wonder if we're talking about the same individual.
We are not.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay.
Caramel macchiatos are great. I haven't had one in
My
years,
person's not in the afternoon.
Okay.
So, but it's like, okay, I made that offer. Absolutely.
We have to honor it. Caramel macchiato is just so way too sweet.
Lots of sugar.
Yeah, I don't know.
Very
if I've
good
ever had
though.
one.
Have you? I made a
one.
mistake once of having an iced caramel macchiato, and all you're left with is a hardened glob of caramel at the bottom because it's iced.
Yeah.
It doesn't work well with icy temperatures.
It's not the purpose.
No, it's meant for a hot brew where it can
Melt.
infuse itself.
Yes.
That's where I also then think like you can't get upset. I think in this office, if you're going to make that offer, you're accepting any and all orders.
Yep.
But I do wonder outside in other businesses, what is the standard? What is the societal standard to that? Which I've always felt to me is generally it's your regular coffee. That's kind of it. No lattes, no macchiatos, none of that stuff. So we're talking about the coffee stuff.
Yeah. Matt at the Garrison says, replace the question mark with a please. Still shows politeness. Yeah, I know, but fine. I'll do it that way, Matt at the Garrison.
Well, I think there was a genuine politeness that you were
Thank you.
having.
Being over polite is never an issue.
No, but it's now there's a point where Jay has accepted the Kamaki or Americano as a drink he will buy you.
Yes.
You don't have
Fine,
to
I'll
ask
be
a
an
question.
asshole. That's fine.
It's not being an asshole.
If everybody
it's
wants
part
me
of
to be
the-
a jackass,
You could
I'll
just
do
be
it.
like, Americano, thanks, Jay.
Yeah. Give me a wink emoji.
You're okay with this?
Yeah, or an
you'll take no
eggplant.
offense?
Yeah. No.
You won't feel... Okay.
No, I won't.
I'm glad we got this all cleared out. And
Yeah.
the boys can...
It takes a lot, Tom, to hurt me. Okay. Or to upset me.
I would never
When
wanna
needs
hurt you,
going
boo.
by. You thought I was mad at you the other night
I
on
did.
the post game.
What'd you do?
Well,
There's a pronunciation of Doc. I said Doc Naidu and everyone has called him Doc Naidu in all my ears. But you're like, no, it's actually Naidu.
It's Naidu.
And I was like, get out of here, Jay. It was during the post-game show.
Well, I know that I'm friends with the family.
Yeah.
And I know it's Naidu. So I just sent him a polite text and I said, hey, it's not Naidu. It's Naidu.
Nice humble brag there.
What?
Friends with the family.
Yes, no big deal.
Good peeps, man. Well, Tahisha is his sister.
No, absolutely. I'm just saying it was a humble brag.
And it's
There was
good
a
friends
humble
with us
brag
and-
there of I'm friends
How
with
is
the
that
family.
a brag?
Because
They're
you're friends
people.
with that family.
They're human beings.
It's odd.
Very nice
He's
family.
a very highly respected
He is a
doctor in this
very-
city.
Yeah, he is. He sure
And
is.
In
And
this city, we have a
performed
huge a proud medical community, and he's very well respected.
Well,
One
I
of the
could
best.
also say he's performed a procedure or two on me.
No way.
Oh,
Yeah. No, he did not circumcise me, Tom.
not that
that's
one.
not in his repertoire.
not that one.
You don't know that.
Well, maybe I have yet to learn. No, I blew my bursa sack on my kneecap.
Oh, that's what it
when I
was.
was playing football.
Okay.
And it ballooned up like a softball, and he had to come and
Okay.
into the garbage can, go in for another one.
Oh, yeah, you've told us.
yeah.
Mentioned that.
Yeah, it was cool.
I thought maybe like you didn't want to have you and April were done. 3 girls is more than enough.
No, I went somewhere else.
Okay. Sorry.
Very
Why are we
seamless.
sticking below the belt with you?
I don't know.
But the technology is amazing.
Yes. I would assume
I don't
so.
need to know the technology for that.
Did I say? I meant vasectomy.
That's the one.
Yeah. I think I said circumcision.
Oh, that's the first one I thought we were talking. That's,
I was
you,
talking-
I thought you were legit, like you thought circumcision for the first one for some reason.
No, I get those two mixed up for some reason. I
Okay.
have. Yeah.
Okay.
They're different.
Yeah.
This
No,
is
it's-
just
Yeah, we should just move on. from
That's
that.
great.
Brother Morgs, a couple people on the coffee thing because it relates, right? Offices and workplaces.
And before we will get to the Oilers. Don't worry, we've got
Oh,
a
we will.
long time on the
Lots of
show.
time.
We'll spend a lot of time on the Edmonton Oilers and the Ducks. Game 3 tonight.
We'll clean this up, this whole coffee thing, as we get going here. Brother Morg says if you can't say the coffee order in one breath, it's too much. I think that's fair. What do we got? What if you tell everybody, here's what I'm going for coffee first, then they have to make their orders accordingly? Yeah, you can kind of set the tone with how you put it out there. Because like there's times where I'll be like, I'm going to Tim's. Does anybody want anything? That opens the door to food, snacks, everything. And sometimes someone will take you up on that.
Oh, I would never venture into foods. Like if you say you're going
No.
to Tim's, the maximum order is coffee related.
So it's I'm going. If you say the location or you say I'm going for coffees, it's a drink. That's all you're getting.
Yeah.
If you're going like, hey, I'm going for Tim's for a bite. Does anyone want me to pick you up something? That now is opening up food to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you've now mentioned I'm getting something to eat. Would anyone else like something to eat? I think
I've
you
done
have to
that.
be clear on or open the door for food. Once that door's open, then you can ask.
Right.
Rye Guy says, boys, y'all are overthinking the lattes and special orders. At the hospital, we just use Uber Eats. Everyone orders whatever they want, delivered right to the door, from tar black to diabetes macchiatos. Yes, I said diabetes on purpose.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Is that Wilford Brimley?
Yeah. I'm Wilford Brimley. You're living with diabetes.
There's a couple things on that one. You're going to pay a little extra for the Uber Eats delivery fee, I'm assuming. I'm cheap. I'm not going to lie. The other thing is generally like Jay on the Friday morning, we're driving in. So we're driving past things. And then if I go, like there's a Starbucks now across the street. I've done the 7-Eleven points because actually 7-Eleven has decent coffee.
Yeah, it
and
does.
you could do like lattes and stuff for like $2 there and stuff.
Do the machine.
McDonald's, I don't have McDonald's on my way here, but there's a Timmy's just over here. That for us, it's almost even quicker probably to go do our own pickup than wait for Uber Eats.
I
Yeah, I'm
order
not
ahead and run across.
Well, me too. Like Starbucks, I'll order and then go
ready
over.
to
It's
go.
right there.
Yeah.
I just feel like if we Uber Eats like an afternoon order.
But that's a hospital, and that's
I think
busy.
for
Different
us it'd be different.
circumstances. You probably need to be there. I've never used Uber Eats.
I have. It's all right.
I think I've used it once in my life. That's it. I can go get my own food.
Yeah.
And not, there's that to me is just where we're like, and I know there's different circumstances.
Yes.
At a hospital, it's different. I'm saying just in the generalization of this.
This has just definitely brought on some conversation.
I am capable enough of going to get my own food. And this is the problem sometimes with the health of North American stuff is that we don't want to go get our food anymore. We're just so lazy, it seems.
Valid.
I don't use drive-thrus. I'm opposed to drive-thrus largely.
I get up, or
I could park,
go through.
walk in, get my stuff, walk out.
Yeah.
Gord Mamer says people who take advantage of the hey, I'm going, who wants something and makes a crazy order, I just buy and then never extend the offer to them again.
That's
Hey,
smart.
There's
a good
that
way to
too.
do
That's
it.
totally within your,
That's smart.
your wheelhouse. You can do that. I believe.
Yep. One more on the coffee. When you order or when you offer to buy coffee, you accept all orders. That's the standard. And obviously the orders are dependent on where you're going. Going to a fancy coffee place, expect fancy orders.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If I'm going to a local coffee, like Square One or something that's nearby or something, I'm expecting big, like, well, even their drip coffee is going to be a little pricier.
Yeah.
I'm expecting that.
Yeah.
You say Timmy's. We don't have to go be looking for the most expensive thing necessarily.
Medium
But if you
regular.
want that,
Large
you could
regular.
ask it and I will get it for you. That's the type of thing.
It's fair.
Once.
Well, no, Tom asks when he goes places. You ask. Not everyone in this office asks. I will say that. So I don't know. Is that, were they offended by something at one point?
Perhaps.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Yeah. I just want to say I appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. I will no longer put the question mark in.
You know what, Tom?
Tell me.
I appreciate you.
That's why you're the glue guy.
And I appreciate that your shoes match your hoodie.
And my belt, man.
MCTV podcast in the nasty chat. Nice kicks, Tommy.
Thank you. I'm assuming that's Majo. Shout out to him and Corey.
With that, perfect opportunity to mention your chance to win big while giving back. Cara Family Resource Center Spring 50/50 on now. Half the pot goes to one winner. The other half supports Edmonton families who need it most. You can get your tickets before May 11th. Rafflebox.ca/raffle/Cara FRC, and that's Cara with a K. Or just head to EdmontonSportsTalk.com. We have the link right at the top of our page. Must be 18 plus in Alberta, time of purchase. Again, May 11th for the grand prize draw. AGLC number 778765. Cara Family Resources, they offer a range of services, including parenting, education, family support, early childhood development screening, and information referral services. They operate 15 community locations, including in schools, libraries, community leagues, rec centers, tenant spaces. All their programs are free to families through fundraisers like this. So, it's always funny in this city that we look how great are the Oilers 50/50s going. But there's a lot of other 50/50s in town that go support other communities too, and they can use the support too. So maybe we could look at it and go, yeah, maybe the Oilers Community Foundation doesn't need to go for $2 million. They can go for $1.5 million, and we can go and support a lot of other places. This is a chance to go support a great cause as well. Just EdmontonSportsTalk.com, very top. There's the link for the 50/50 for the.
Am I allowed to buy tickets for that?
Yeah.
I'm not excluded from the possibility of winning?
Of course not.
Okay, I didn't.
It's not
know
our
if it was-
50/50.
Okay, I just didn't.
It is not Edmonton Sports Talk's 50/50. This is all Cara. We're just giving them some love. So feel free.
I will. I do feel free.
I will get in on that at some point too.
I love a 50/50.
50/50 or a silent auction? What do you love more? Because I'm silent auction. There's something about a silent auction I love.
No.
You're 50/50?
Silent auctions are too. You got to be back there. You got to be watching it. You got to.
But a lot of them are online now.
Yeah, no. Give me a raffle. Give me a draw prize. Give me a 50/50. Yeah,
I've won
more
quite
down
a
with
few
that.
50/50s at golf tournaments. I think I've won or I've shared in the winnings of 3 of them. I've also won AirPod. I've won a lot at golf tournaments. I've actually have a high success rate at golf tournaments for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to go in on the 50/50 then, the Cara?
Sure.
Maybe I could, glean some of that good luck.
Well, yeah, it's like because I've won 50/50s before, but then back-to-back tournaments. In this one tournament, we've done back-to-back years. Our group of 4, we all buy 50/50s, but we pool it together. And 2 different buddies won, but so I get the benefits of it.
Okay, we're going in on it then.
So we each buying a certain amount.
No, we'll just buy together and you tell me and I'll transfer you.
Do you want me to use some of the money that I have from our account in Play Alberta?
Oh, we could do that. Sure, why not?
Because we have that.
Let's use that.
Okay, we'll use some of that.
I like that. It's going towards a good cause.
Baptized Big Uke. I love silent auctions. My wallet does not. That's fair. Okay. This is wild. Guy Flaming.
I know that guy.
So we're not. This is again. We will get to Oilers and Ducks. I know there's a pivotal game 3. Question: in a zombie apocalypse, which EST employee would 1 die first, 2 become the leader, 3 eventually turn evil, a villain?
Whoa.
Die first. In a zombie apocalypse, there's 2 options that stand out to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Zach's one.
Zach's one of my 2 options that would die first.
Yeah.
He's too loud. He doesn't know when to shut up.
That's
possibly.
right.
I
Yeah.
think in those situations.
Good point.
That's a harsh word. He
And I
doesn't know when
don't
to be
think
quiet
he's-
sometimes.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
And so I think when we're trying to survive, he might make the noise where the zombie's going to pick him up.
He probably talked to the
Tall
zombies.
guy.
Well, you probably ask him like, "Hey, what's it like being a zombie?" I had a friend once that dressed up like a zombie for Halloween.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really interesting. I was just wondering
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and then there's a second one I have here.
to die first.
Yeah.
Reed.
No.
I think Reed would become the leader. Quite possibly.
No.
He would understand.
There's a couple of other leaders I have.
Hernan?
No.
Eric.
No.
Somebody in this room?
No. In the office right now.
Trev.
Dusty.
No. Yes. I think
Dusty.
Dusty would be one candidate I'd have to die first.
Why? Would they try to take out the biggest person?
Well, there's that.
He's a big target.
Now, did they eat you?
Zombies could do a lot of different
Yeah.
things.
Because if they ate, I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of meat and
I don't
potatoes
see
on
survival skills as one of his fortes.
Touche.
That's true. He wouldn't be able to hold a weapon of any sort.
And just
Good with the sword.
like tall guy, wider stature and stuff.
Easy target.
Easier for them to grab. Possibly easier for some of us to run away from.
Yeah, and I'd let them have Dusty.
Well, that's that's why there's the two there.
Yeah.
I could see Dusty or Coup being the first to die.
They belong together in that instance.
That's why those are my two.
Those are
Two
good.
I like that.
answer,
Okay.
yeah.
Number 3, become leader. My two are you, Jay. Survival skills.
Yeah,
Glue guy. I would follow you.
right.
Or Joaquin Gage.
Yeah, Joaquin's pretty
Joaquin
crafty.
can hold his own. Now, I'm not a zombie guy, but
Yeah.
like, how do you beat a zombie? Is there communication involved, or is it just sheer brute
all
strength?
I know
Hand
is
signals, I think.
the key to killing a zombie is take out the brain.
That's right.
That's what we've learned through every zombie movie.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
You got to
Okay.
take out the brain. Wherever you kill it, make sure then you get it in the head.
Well, I can handle a shotgun.
Yeah.
Just blow its head off.
I'm a good supporting, good assistant
Well,
captain.
for you and Matt, like you're both athletic enough, you just run.
Very wily.
Like,
Yeah, but I want to be alone.
No.
fully.
well, you would have each other.
We have good teamwork abilities. Yeah. And pretty wily, like savvy,
Yeah.
crafty.
You'd know
in the
your way
mind.
around the
Yeah.
streets.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then who would turn evil villain?
It'd be Reed's dream.
Yeah, I could see him.
He would
Eric?
just
No, Eric would be the one that, like, the reason he might be a candidate for die first, but he's not dead, is he would leave us first.
Yeah.
If like the zombie apocalypse happened here and we were all stuck here, or together as a group,
Yeah.
we can't go to our families or things like that. We're stuck here for now. Eric would be the first one to find a way to escape us and be gone.
Correct.
He'd
We'd
Irish
find
exit.
him.
Yeah.
We would
Yeah.
find him like a year later, and he'd be alive.
He'd be
He'd
like,
be
"Hey, guys."
among the zombies somehow.
be
Yeah.
like, hey, come check out my place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they like he wouldn't turn evil.
No. He'd still be wearing slippers too.
The two evil ones would be myself or Reed. I think would have to be the two
think
candidates for that.
Reed would be my number one choice for that.
Maddie's up there too,
If he's not all in,
just for
group.
preservation purposes alone. He's like, hey, I'll join you, but you guys take care of me, and we'll whack the rest of these guys. But I get to.
Oh, I would create a little bit of a faction within that.
it's
I'd
the whole
want
Big
that.
Brother element.
Like, hey, like the three of us here. If push comes to the shove, the other ones go first.
I'd love to fight a zombie. Because aren't they like rather slow and lethargic?
Yeah, but like there's different variations. If you're talking Walking Dead zombies, they were slow and lethargic until apparently in the later seasons they started talking.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Dawn of the Dead were fast.
Dawn of the Dead were fast. World War Z, they were fast.
Walking or Last of Us.
They're clickers.
They're different. There's all sorts of different ones. Some could be fast, some could be slow.
Yeah,
But again, the standard across all is take out the brain.
yeah. But the Dawn of the Dead ones, or sorry, the Last of Us ones, it's like, at least in the game, it was a fungus that got in the airwaves, and then it turned your brain into a fungus.
It wasn't just the airwaves. It was the big thing was like if some it got into the food supply.
Yes.
That's where one of the episodes of the first season it got into like the flour. So their neighbors ate some pancakes and they didn't have
right.
any pancakes or
But
something like that.
They
and that's
changed
what-
that from the game.
Yeah.
So they had to speed up the how it
Interesting.
happened. Yeah. Which they did, I think, in a great way, because flour's like everywhere, right?
Then what's the other one? Zombieland, which is a comedy.
Great one.
They're fast.
Yeah. Double tap.
Double tap. So, does anyone have any differences on who would die first, who would become the leader, and who would eventually turn evil/villain?
Yeah.
I just feel like Coob would get drawn into a conversation. And imagine Coob holding court with like 6 or 7 zombies that are there to kill him, but
You want to know something?
they could just talk his way out of it.
Then he might be a candidate for number 3, which is turn evil villain.
Yeah.
He might turn, like, get in with them. They love Coob. And then he goes, yeah, you guys thought I'd die first? Go after them.
He's a lovable guy. I thought his answer yesterday to our off-topic topic just summarized Coob perfectly. We discussed our off-topic topic prior to the show
For William Huff.
for William Huff.
Do a
Thank
great
you
job.
very much.
They
Yeah.
have done our walls here at EST.
And Coob came in, as he often does during EST afternoon, and says, hey, guys, has anything changed on the lineup? We'll go over lineup changes. And then, oh, by the way, Coob, the off-topic topic is what are some positive things about wind? Because it was so windy yesterday. And
his was great.
I know, but it came to him like that. Like, I think it says a lot about Coob when he's like, oh, wind chimes.
I hate wind chimes.
Do you? Oh, wind chimes are lovely.
And I was just like, that, Coob, thank you for being you. That is a very particular answer that I'm not sure many people,
I don't think there was going to be an answer to that.
It's innocent.
When you ask the question of what's good about wind, in my mind, nothing.
Right. Coob took it to a totally different place and just blurted out wind chimes. And Benny and I were sitting there howling because it's like, that is such a beautiful mind.
That is a beautiful answer.
To say that answer first and like almost like a revelation.
He found something positive in wind.
He did. Really fast.
Very fast.
And somewhat comical.
I've got F1. So today I am filling in for Nanso on EST Afternoons with Gager and Coob. For Zach to the Future, I've related it around F1. And he's like, I'm going to go 0 for 8. I was like, just do a little bit of reading. Do a little bit of research. You might be able to get some of these. So I've built them quite nicely. I think that I think most people would do quite well on. I'm hoping he does well on this.
Speaking of F1, this whole like 50-50 power supply thing is becoming very controversial thanks to Max Verstappen and some other guys, because they basically turned it into like electric racing. You have to regenerate your power. You have to watch your battery, half combustion engine.
It's the net. I think part of this is the goal for net zero type stuff.
Right.
That like the amount of fuel that gets used and the amount of resources that gets used for just a singular F1 race is kind of one where we could maybe sit there and go, is this necessary from a societal perspective?
Awesome.
Well, and then they go and they fly their cars all around the world from Bahrain to Monaco.
Exactly. So
and using jet fuel in epic proportions and flying crews all over the world. Oh, but yet, right.
And
let's take the product. Let's take the product, the final product, and let's limit that in a fight for the environment.
But you want to know,
That
I've
is
enjoyed the racing still this year.
I'm not an F1 guy.
And the thing is,
but it just
this isn't year one. They've had electric components in these cars for years.
Well, don't they have E1?
They have Formula E. But
Mm-hmm.
they've had to recharge their batteries for many years. Now it's taken to a new extreme
Right,
this
it's
year.
50-50.
Right.
But that has been there for a number of years. So this isn't something brand new. And like they are trying to mitigate the travel. Like they're trying to keep it in regions so the travel is a little easier and it's not we're going from here to there to there to there.
I equate it to.
I think the racing is still kind of there, and obviously like Lewis Hamilton loves it.
Yeah.
He's not winning the championship this year.
Well, Max Verstappen is a baby.
Sure.
Well, that's the thing. Max Verstappen, if he was leading the drivers' championship, would not be ripping on these.
No.
He would talk about how everyone else needs to figure it out, and this is racing.
Yeah, that's true.
Chuckle says, sorry, Jay, every bit helps. Sure. But it's like when Leonardo DiCaprio tells you to, do one thing and save the planet, and then he's out on one of his 2 or 3 yachts sailing around the world. It's like, okay, sure, that's good for you, but I don't know. Sure, I guess Chuckles, you're right. Every
But
bit
yeah,
helps.
you don't know what else he's doing behind the scenes. You don't know all of everything, and where
he
because
composts.
it's not always about fully like okay, if you're going to over consume on one spot, how are you countering that to be more net zero? Like, and that's the goal of F1 is to be net zero. Yes, we are bad over here. How do we balance that over here to be neutral? That's the goal, as opposed to just wasteful, just wasteful, just wasteful. And it's easy to sit there and just say, well, he's not doing it, I'm not going to do anything. And that's where every little bit does help. Now, is everything perfect? No, but...
Did you see how his security team counters paparazzi's photographs?
Who's this?
Leo DiCaprio. Oh. They have like these little strobe flashlights. And as soon as they see cameras, they turn it on and point it, and it like messes up the camera.
Olgil says they're thinking about the next regulations to go back to V8s and fully sustainable fuel.
Wasn't IndyCar burning ethanol at one point?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think they were trying to go more carbon friendly. Anyway. So there's that.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, it is what it is. They're doing it. They're trying it.
Yeah. So there's a game tonight?
There's a game tonight.
I heard.
Which one?
Lakers, Rockets.
That's right.
Game 3. Kevin Durant, questionable, or was it game time decision for KD? Big game. Lakers go up 3-0.
How's LeBron doing?
Great.
Yeah.
Ron, we watched that game the other night, and like Dusty is over the top with his LeBron loving.
Yeah.
But even for hardened GOAT supporters of Michael Jordan, you have to, the debate is totally there now. And it's not a matter of, is it a debate? It's how well can you represent whatever side. And totally different eras of basketball, right?
Yeah.
But the longevity piece of what LeBron James is doing is fascinating.
He's playing at a top 10 level right now in the NBA.
It's crazy. And
They don't have Austin Reeves. They don't have Luka Doncic. They're going up against KD, going up against a good Rockets team. And they've kind of handled it rather easily.
Like they made Kevin Durant, they normalized Kevin Durant, which says a lot.
And I know Dusty
really
threw
good
up a Lakers disrespect parlay up at Play Alberta today because the Lakers are 9.5-point dogs going to Houston, which I get, but that's a big number. But Austin Reeves might be coming back. He's in Houston. I don't know when Luke is going to come back.
How old is KD now? He's got to be in his
36.
Late 30s. Yeah.
Was it? Because I just looked this up a couple days ago myself because I saw him like, how old is he?
He's been around a while.
There's some people debating whether when his contract runs up, might be around the time when the timeline works for the NBA to be in Seattle, and would he go back to Seattle
and
to finish up his career?
That would be cool.
I think a player like KD is a reason why a player like SGA thrives. That jump shot technicians, guys that have really refined their craft with a jump shot. It's beautiful. Like Kevin Durant has one of the most beautiful one-on-one pull-up jump shots. And then you look at a player like SGA who's, that's his game. It's just pull up and shoot because it's actually unguardable if you're good at it and you're efficient with a jump shot. I love that part of basketball. I'm not going to sit here and slam basketball, but the
sport's changed.
It has changed. It has
for
changed.
many, it's not for the better. For some, it is.
Yeah, for some, it is.
If you love the points and if you love 3 points, this game is for you. But if you love that drive to the net, tough defense, game's not for you. Steph changed this game.
Yeah, he did. I will say this, though, is the playoffs take on a new animal.
They do. This is when I love it the most.
They bring out much more physicality in the NBA, which is awesome. It's good. Makes it much more entertaining for me.
I will say that there was an agreement had via text a couple days ago that should the Knicks and the Lakers be in the NBA Finals against each other, Josh Clausen will make an appearance every game day on the Hangout.
Oh, nice. Wow. I saw him the other day.
He said even for a few minutes. He wants, if they're in, I want to be on the Hangout at least for like 20 minutes. I was like, done. We'll make that work.
That'd be great.
If the Lakers can find a way to finish off the Rockets and then beat the Thunder, which I'm skeptical about. But if they could do that, and the Knicks, who are down 2-1 to the Hawks, the NBA final, we have Josh Clausen coming in multiple times.
Excellent. Did anybody see Wemby smack his face on the ground and concuss himself?
I just saw that the Spurs hit a bunch of injuries, including Wemby in that game.
Yeah, it's a big fall.
That is.
From what, 7'6" is he?
He's huge, yeah. And he smacked like his face hard.
Double smack.
Yeah, so he's concussed. Ouch.
Yeah.
He's in concussion protocol, which means out 7 to 10 days likely.
Yeah. Saw that. I was like, oof.
Putting him
that's a big
out of
man
the
going
series
down.
until at least game 5. So
there's that.
yeah.
Max Bezozu says they still go to the basket in the NBA. It's the mid-range they've gotten rid of. And that's why I think like a player like SGA thrives so much. Because if you can do that successfully, it's almost unguardable.
Did he have another MVP caliber season this year or no?
I don't think he played long enough. He had some injuries.
I'm not sure it was as clear as prior years, but I don't. He won't win anyways.
Who's Play Alberta got? Let's take a look.
Let's take a look, Matt.
Oh no, there's a final. Yeah, there's a final 3. I think Luka's not in it, and it's like, I know there's a lot of Laker fans upset about that one. I forgot what the stat was. It could be wrong. First time that a guy who led the NBA in scoring or something like that isn't the finalist. Something like that.
My daughter just got Luka shoes.
Are those the pink ones that she had?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Coming on board
flashy.
with the Lakers.
She stands out on the court. I'll tell you that.
Is she going to become a Laker fan?
No.
No, that's too bad.
How's she doing after getting the teeth removed?
Things are good.
Yeah, she was. She felt bad.
They came
for
in
her.
here. She had a tooth pulled
Yeah.
to make room for adult teeth to come in, and half her face was still frozen, so she couldn't smile.
She was laughing.
Yeah,
it was
she was
just
laughing.
Like, oh, I felt
She
so
looked
bad for
funny.
her.
Nothing on the MVP at the moment on Play Alberta. It's down for a bit. Raptors won yesterday, too. Portions of this hour of the Hangout is brought to you by the High Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, thehighproductmarketing.com. We've got our spring store that's up courtesy of the Hive, who've helped create that with us. Chelsea over there. If you're looking for any sort of merch or apparel for your business, an event, the Hive is who to connect with. Chelsea and Brett do a great job over there. EdmontonSportsTalk.com at the very top, spring store. You have till April 30th to get your orders in, and then we'll put those orders in. You'll have them by late May, early June. Some golf stuff, some pants stuff, which we've never done, shorts and sweats, baseball jersey, a bunch of different things up there. So if you want some Edmonton Sports Talk merch, this is your chance. Because once it goes down, there'll be a few things that I will have as extra stock. But after that, I don't know when we'll have some more stuff. So if you want some Edmonton Sports Stock merch, this is the time to do it.
What'd you get?
I was going to ask you that. I got the kind of the, I don't know how you want to say it, like a stylish hoodie.
The bigger hoodie or
like
the lightweight?
The lightweight hoodie. I got a lightweight hoodie, normal hoodie,
Yeah.
and then the blue golf shirt.
What color for that other hoodie?
White.
You went the white.
I got the shorts,
Oh, yeah. It's
the
short
sweats,
shorts.
and then I think I got was it the other golf shirt, the salmon one?
You got the cart one.
Cart one, yeah. It's got some
Yeah.
carts on it, yeah.
I'm not a sweatpants guy.
I felt like going and giving those a whirl. Mm-hmm. Just to have
Something
around those.
something to lounge around with.
Yeah.
Are they more joggers or are they like sweats?
I think they're straight up sweats.
Yeah.
Cool.
The shorts look all right. That's why I was intrigued by them.
Yeah.
And if
Excited
they
to see
are
the
of
shorts.
appropriate length, I will definitely be wearing
They're like
them on
running
this
shorts,
program.
like jogging shorts
Yeah.
kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Just get jean shorts. Jorts.
Okay.
One day.
Maybe.
Hey,
I'm
old
not
Gil
gonna
was
say no.
asking the other day if we have any Glue Crew hoodies left.
Yes.
What's this? Do you remember the sizes?
I can let you know right now, possibly.
He has inventory
It's got inventory right
on his
here.
phone, of course. He's got an
Well, it's
Excel
from a
spreadsheet.
site that we have that Dusty had been creating where people bought the when the whole effing thing.
Oh, yeah.
And there's all of our other stuff kind of went up there, and I did an inventory for that. So let me take a look. Glue Crew hoodie.
Luke Gazdick was wearing it the other day.
He wears it. He likes it.
It's a good hoodie.
Solid hoodie.
Yeah.
I have A large and an extra large, I believe.
Oh, we'll get one at a large. I told him to email you but he asked if it was in a different color. It's only white.
Strictly white.
So, yeah, you can't be eating hot dogs.
I was wearing it yesterday.
You were. I saw that. I appreciated that.
It's very nice. It's soft inside.
It's a good hoodie. This is a good hoodie, too.
That is a good one. That one's a lighter weight.
I love this hoodie.
Yeah.
It's a good piece of merch.
I don't think I have any more of those. So
You have
these are
darker
hoodies.
colors, right?
I have these. No, I think they're all the hoodies are gone. It's now we have the 2 hoodies that are at this store, which is the lightweight, which I'm very excited about.
I'm excited about the lightweight.
The lightweight's going to be great for the summer and all of that.
If the lightweight plays
the
well,
the other hoodie is
fits,
of strong quality, so I'm very happy.
if the
with that
lightweight fits and it's good, I might go talk to Chelsea and see if we can just get a couple other colors and just.
You've maintained this one quite well.
I have. I take care of my clothing, Tom.
It's very
Cold wash
noticeable.
only.
Cold wash, hang dry, not in the dryer.
I don't think we ever wash anything in our house with hot water.
I'll do warm water for some stuff.
Yep.
No, I don't hang anywhere. It just goes into my dryer. Low cycle.
Everything. We have
cycle.
our pool table in the basement, which doubles as a drying rack. I don't dry much.
I don't have
trust it.
a good spot for it.
Like I use my guest room closet, which has a lot of closet space, which is great.
Shall we get into Oilers?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it. Oilers game 3 tonight. GCLD's Oilers pregame show coming up 6:30 tonight. Tommy, Gager, and Benny. Tommy live at the BP's Clareview. Reed Wilkich, J Milne's going to extend till 6:30, so we're going to have live coverage all the way up until close to game time. I think it's a doubleheader. The Oilers are on in the States, but the first game is at 5 o'clock. So maybe there's a chance tonight's game will be 8:10 puck drop. So just as a heads up on that one, the Oilers will have a skate at 12:30 at the Honda Center, and then the media avails to follow. So we'll have info for you on that.
12:30 our time?
Yeah, it says 11:30, so that's where I'm assuming that's Pacific.
That is correct.
So yeah, I will. We'll have some. We'll play Knobloch during EST afternoons today.
What's Matt and Tom?
NJ,
Hey, Jay.
Well, I'm asking you the question.
and I would like your answer to it as well.
What is your biggest question, Matt, going into game 3? That you hope is answered tonight.
Well, I guess part of it is I don't have, I'm not worried about Connor. I'm not worried about the power play. So they aren't questions to me. So I guess part of it is.
Well, you could say, will Jason Dickinson play? That's a question.
No, it's not.
I think he makes a big impact for this
Is
team.
that your question?
I don't know why. I've become very intrigued with Jason Dickinson and his health.
My question is more, could the Ducks keep the scoring going?
Yes, I think they can.
I feel like maybe they've given some really good hockey, but I don't know if they could sustain this through an entire series with the Oilers.
Can the Oilers defend better in their own zone?
Boom. Can they handle the pressure the Ducks have been bringing?
I mean, if you look back on those goals from game 2, 2 of them were net front presence by Anaheim that the Oilers simply just didn't work hard enough to clear.
It's not a scary place to go.
It's not. And we talked about it yesterday, and are you surprised with the lack of physicality and scrums and just, gloves in people's faces? You've seen a couple, but it's certainly not like some of the other series that we're getting to watch.
I'm disappointed that there's not more of that.
Because I think that would favor the Oilers.
They are the
Given that
bigger team
a
now.
lot of these players have been there, have done that, and a lot of the Anaheim players have not. And those are the players that are doing the best, is that young core.
Yeah. Do you think there's a lack of interest in the physical play?
Maybe from the Ducks' perspective, because they know that. So we're going to skate away as quickly as possible because we don't need to be involved in that stuff. Doesn't benefit us. I'm just also not worried about the Oilers. I still think the Oilers are taking the series.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it in 5 to me. That's why all the questions I have, I don't have questions on the Oilers. It's all going to be on the Ducks.
I get that that's the general sentiment right now, is that the most of the fan base is not concerned about the outcome of this series. But if Anaheim comes out and the Oilers lay a bit of an egg tonight and Anaheim goes up 2-1, I think that will start to shift a bit more. Because it is 1-1 right now.
Right, but I also don't see the Ducks sweeping 2 games in Anaheim. The Ducks win tonight. The Oilers aren't losing game 4. They're coming
Then you
back.
have a question.
There won't be a question to me.
Well, you
still.
just gave one.
I thought of a question on the Oilers that I have. Can they have a solid second period? Because the second period,
Great question.
I could say struggles, and I'd have to go look back, and I don't know the easiest way to go look back, but I feel what I remember from last year, which my brain can sometimes play tricks on me, and I could be off. But I felt the second period was a rough period for the Oilers time and time again throughout the playoffs last year, especially when we got to the Cup final. And what we've seen through 2 games in this series with the second period, the Oilers have not performed. First game, obviously the Ducks had their comeback in that one, scored, 14 seconds in, whatever it was. Last game, second period still wasn't good enough. Can they have a better second period?
Right.
And if they do, again, I'm not worried about this team. But I don't think I will have a question on the Edmonton Oilers unless they go down 3-1 in this series.
Now, here's a fair question.
Or there's an injury of bigger note.
Are the Anaheim Ducks actively limiting Connor McDavid? Or is Connor McDavid just not playing like the Connor McDavid Edmontonians and fans around, the world, Oilers fans are used to seeing?
Jasmine, what do the Timberwolves have to do with the conversation we're having right now?
Yeah, thanks, Jasmine.
She said Timberwolves in 7. We're talking about the Oilers right now.
Jay, you know what? They're kind of double teaming him a little bit. They're obviously strategizing for him specifically, and he hasn't adapted. I thought we'd see him adapt better in game 2, and didn't really happen. He
was worse in game 2.
Yeah.
I think the Ducks are doing a great job getting the stick on the puck when he's carrying it.
Yeah.
And not allowing him to make passes or anything. Oh, yeah, baptized Big U. If the Oilers dominate, if Dostal gets hurt, what if anything? What if the game is endless? That's sports radio, dude.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Big
Big U.
If you want,
you got your own show now. Why don't you go talk on there about whatever the hell you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Let us talk about things that people want to hear.
On our show.
Well,
Jeez, man.
and the nasty chat is for, we kind of could dictate what's in the nasty chat there. That's our show. We moderate that one. But that's sports talk radio. Like, what if? Okay, there's no point talking about this game.
Well, let's turn off the lights, guys. See you later.
Let's all agree.
The Oilers are going to
BP GCLD's oil stream coming up at 6:30.
Oilers and Ducks
Tune
are
in
going to
then.
play tonight. They'll play 60 minutes. They might go to overtime. They might not.
Let's just only talk in ifs now.
Well, that's
okay.
The second round of the NFL draft is going to happen tonight. Players will be selected by NFL franchises. They will only do 2 or 3 rounds. The first round is over.
What if the Oilers power play?
Oh, you want to
tonight?
actually do ifs? Like,
we're strictly speaking in ifs.
And I want to do the. I'm like, I only could do what we could talk about because I don't want to do ifs.
No, but what an if it would be if the Oilers power play turned things around tonight.
Best special teams. If the special teams clear up, because they're awful. 0 for 6 on power play, 2 for 5. They've only killed 2 of 5 penalties so far.
Here's a fact: Anaheim's power play is 60%.
That's right.
I mean, 6 out of 10 opportunities they've
You know what the
scored a goal.
PK is right now? 100%.
That's right.
Those aren't ifs. Those are facts, baby.
Holler.
Holla. I wonder if Jason Dickinson plays tonight.
I wonder if he doesn't, how do they approach that? Our friend Brian Fromage, a.k.a. Cheese, says,
Okay. I don't know why I didn't think of that right off the bat.
says McDavid looks fatigued, and I don't blame him. 2 Stanley Cup final runs, 4 nations, Olympics, all 82 games this year. He's human, not superhuman.
And great point. It really is. Unfortunately, the expectations are different. I feel from Oilers fans is that you just expect Connor McDavid to be Connor McDavid all the time, especially as the moment grows.
But
Big
he's
if
human, not
Connor McDavid can turn it around tonight.
If he was superhuman.
I don't even know where he can go.
No,
right
we're
now.
just teasing.
I just feel like he's wearing it a little too much on his shoulders, and he's trying too much.
Yeah.
He's trying to make that extra play because he feels he has to, and he doesn't have to. Because part of it, like the 6 goals from secondary scoring from guys that you would not expect this season for the playoffs through 2 games. Dickinson 2, Murphy a goal, Kapanen 2,
Szymanski
with the goal.
beam.
That was a great shot.
that we're talking about 6 goals from secondary scoring. You just need to provide a couple points. You just have to go out there and give a little bit. But I feel like it might be, maybe I'm taking this a little too far, but I wonder if the Cup Finals and the gold medal game are like, those losses are now wearing on him, and he's wearing this a little too much.
Yeah.
We saw it in that gold medal game. He tried a little too much. Cost them.
Had that rush that led to, yeah.
And so then
point.
that's where it's just like, I'm curious just where, if that's what's on him. And he just got to sit down and go, even for Connor McDavid, simplify your game.
Yeah.
And not simplify it into for like normal people. Simplify in Connor's terms. It's still going to be amazing. It's still superhuman, but maybe you see 3 guys down the center of the ice. You don't try to take on all 3. You wait till there's just 2 because you can do 2 better. You maybe go around them or something.
Well, look at
your
Draisaitl's goal. Fired a puck on net.
Yeah.
Connor Murphy, although there was a great screen by Podkolzin, put a puck on net. Hyman, tip. Wonderful tip. Puck on net. Right? Szymanski, being in the right shot, place, puck on net.
Seeing a lot of goals from distance in this series so far, aren't we?
Well, and if I was Anaheim, I would keep doing that because the Oilers are not doing a great job of removing problems in front of the net.
No, they're complaining about missed calls that were legitimate and going like this to the ref instead of engaging in front because it was clearly missed. That was bad. If you don't do that, you'll probably be in a good situation.
Yeah, and this I've like this series is being overshadowed may not be the right word, but the special teams discrepancy is running the conversation for this series because that's what it has been.
Edmonton's been brutal on special teams.
But they've outscored them 5-on-5, 8-4.
Right, but
the Oilers have. But they've been so bad on special teams that I think it's making the whole team look more as if they're struggling more than they really are. But if when they can get things clicking on the power play, the PK is totally another issue.
Not good.
It's been brutal.
Yeah, but it's brutal to start last year too. They figured it out.
Yep. And like this is a team that's been there. This is a team for the most part.
And taking on a team that hasn't. That will the lights get to them at some point here.
Well, it'd be interesting to see their reaction in front of a home crowd.
Yeah.
As opposed, I think that was probably the best thing that could have happened for Anaheim is to obviously start on the road, away from your home rink, as a team playing. You're playing with house money, right? You're going up against the Oilers.
That's true.
The odds of them winning, at least in the perception of most, is slim to nil. And they've got a series tied going back to Anaheim.
Cal in the park. Man, it's okay. Sorry. I agree with you.
Go ahead, Thomas.
I agree with you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Cal in the park says...
No, I wasn't being interrupted.
Yeah, I thought you were finished.
I was done my point.
Okay, sorry.
No apology needed, Tom.
Is it okay to ask?
You should do a
or
question
read this
mark
text,
on that.
Gigi?
Apology needed?
Oh, there's layers to this, like a tiramisu.
Ooh, love tiramisu.
I know, it's good stuff. Okay, Cal in the Park via the inbox 780-218-9999 says, my biggest question is if the Oilers lose tonight and Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard have a rough game, is the series over? What say you? That's from Cal in the Park.
Read that again?
My biggest question is if the Oilers lose tonight and Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard have a rough game, is the series over?
No.
Show your work.
The Oilers are capable enough of coming back. Like they were 56 seconds or whatever it was away from 3-1 down to LA last year. That's the point. Like I know Byfield gets that puck past Bouchard, the Oilers are losing that series. I don't think the Oilers come back from 3-1 against the Kings. Yeah. Just with the way that series had played out. I don't know if they turn it on and finish it all off. If the Ducks win tonight, like I still think the Oilers can go win. Like if it's 3-1 Ducks, now I'll be worried. But honestly, I'll say that if it's 3-1 Ducks, the Oilers lose tonight, that's the story. And then they still lose Sunday and it's 3-1 Ducks. are we really sitting here saying it is over? The Oilers, there's no shot that they're winning 3 straight against the Anaheim Ducks.
Oh yeah, there is. There absolutely is.
You're saying they're done?
No.
No,
They could come back?
Yes.
That's my point. Like, the confidence that we have of this Oilers organization and team of the last number of years is that put their backs up against the wall, they'll figure it out.
When and some would say that when they're at their best when the back's against the wall.
I think, they've done that so
Right?
much.
They've
in the last
shown
few
that.
years.
They've shown that if you look back on previous playoff series, little pressure goes a long way for this team. And maybe they're feeling the pressure tonight. Maybe they already are, even though it's 1-1. And sure, special teams have been god awful, but maybe, Connor McDavid must be feeling some pressure.
Yeah, I would think so.
Right? If you look at game 2, I asked this question yesterday, and yes, part of it is just, okay, I'm just asking a question, but would the Oilers have had a better shot of winning that game 2, if Connor McDavid just simply didn't play?
No.
Some people make the argument that they would have because the puck died on his stick so much.
It did, but
That if
And
he's
he
not
went
out on that
directly
ice,
to that shorthanded goal,
if he's
which
not
was
on
very
that
out of character.
ice,
very out of character.
they're playing other players and plays aren't dying on a stick.
Sorry, I'm not taking him out of the lineup.
No, it's
ever.
just and not
Ever.
nor would
But
anybody.
if he didn't come back, would have they had a better chance at winning that hockey game? If he was
don't
too
know.
busy being looked at, and I think there's a lot of people that would agree that they maybe would have won that hockey game without Connor on the ice. He was like, if you had to rank 1 through 19 of Oilers players, where would you rank Connor in that game?
He was pretty stinky, and it's a very rare thing to say.
Very out of character.
Yeah.
And guess what? That's not a bad thing. Because that is a man with an immense amount of pride.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're you're challenging one of the greatest athletes, one of the greatest hockey players of all time. You're saying, okay, laid a couple eggs. Ooh, if you're an Anaheim Ducks fan, that would be worrisome. That would be a question if they're having a roundtable like this down in Anaheim. What if Connor wakes up?
I expect him to wake up.
Sure,
and just
everybody
go
would.
berserk
Tom.
on them. Yeah.
It's not even a wake. Like, what happens if Connor just picks up a couple points, Bouchard against him, but it's the power play? What the Oilers aren't going to go 0-for in this series.
Okay,
If the Oilers go 1-for-4 tonight on a power play,
it's a victory.
what does that do for the hockey game? How does that change the game? Then that's where it's like the Ducks probably feeling really good that they're playing well, but also the Oilers could be doing a lot more. And it's, I guess in one part, the Ducks could be saying to themselves, they're not playing well because of us. We're causing this. Bouchard and McDavid are pointless because of us, not because they don't have their chances. We're not giving them the chances. We just got to keep doing that. But all it takes the Oilers to put up 5 tonight. It's 5-1 victory, and all of a sudden it's just, here we go.
And the power play is 2 for 3. PK is solid. And confidence and people here are high stepping again. It could happen.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think anybody is sitting here and the sky's falling and the series is over. Nobody's.
I don't think I've seen that from anyone.
I don't think anybody, which is pretty good.
The most I've seen, though, is, and we talked about yesterday in the Hangout, I've seen calls from very few of Jari starting in that. What was the other one I saw?
People were actually pointing out they wanted Pickard in the inbox on Wednesday night.
Why? When
whoa.
would that conversation actually begin, though?
What did I'm sorry, am I missing something? Did Ingram play terrible last game?
Well, if you look just at his percentages, then you could assume he's been
Did
terrible.
you go back and look at each goal that was scored on him?
No, that would be people that just look at the stats.
Okay, I would encourage you to do that. You might find that he did quite well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's interesting with Skinner, though, that there's things are a lot calmer with Ingram giving up goals as opposed to Skinner.
Ingram has a longer leash, no question.
No, I know, but in a playoff series, sometimes like it's just there's a point where it doesn't matter how the goalie's playing, you're down 3-1. You need to try something different.
Yeah.
Is that it for the Oilers, or are they just going to go down with Ingram no matter what? Where's that break glass for Chris Knoblauch for a goalie change.
If he starts letting in absolute crap goals,
if he lets in the tough angle goals, the dump in, shoot it on net, and it squeaks through somehow,
or ones that you can clearly see and it goes.
He's
through
played as well
arm.
as he had in game 1 and 2. They lose games 3 and 4. It's 3-1 coming to Edmonton. Are you sticking with Ingram?
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay.
Well, the alternative is Tristan Jarry.
Well, the alternative is like you need to do something different to try to turn that series around if you're now down 3-1. And you have a goalie that has made some good saves, but the puck's going to the back of the net, and it's not like he'd be the first goalie who had all the leash that a team's going. We just need to try something different. Well, it's 3-1. Our backs are completely against the wall. We need to just try something different. And whether it's Pickham or Jarry, we just need to do something.
It's a totally different situation, but Buffalo switched goalies, right? They went to Alex Lyon last night.
but he had a good season.
He did. That's why I said it's a different situation.
Good point.
And that's just like from past years, and this is just where is the line for Knoblauch? Past years, if the Oilers lose tonight, we know the other goalie's going in for game 4.
That's right.
That's what would happen.
I think the pass line is different because Stuart Skinner had already had people with that thought.
No, I know, but
whereas,
that's where where's that line now for Chris Knoblauch? Is there the line?
I don't know if there is, Matt, honestly.
I think Jay's right.
Because like even Florida a couple years ago, Bobrovsky didn't start at net that one year.
It was Spencer Knight.
Because he had a great a regular season. And so Bobrovsky did not.
Yeah.
And Knight went down. I think they went down 0-2.
And
they went to Bobrovsky. But Knight had a great season. And they went to now and Bobrovsky did not.
He had taken the net away from Bobrovsky.
Because Bobrovsky was not playing well.
Right.
And there was talks of how are they going to get rid of Bobrovsky.
That's right.
And then he went in and he won a couple Stanley Cups. That even though a goalie's played so well and has the leash, we've seen coaches often in the NHL still make that change if your back's against the wall. And I'm wondering where is that back against the wall where Chris Knoblauch is going to go. I would have to do that. Hopefully we don't have to see that from an Edmonton Oilers perspective, but I'm curious what that line is. Because he's also not afraid to do that, Chris Knoblauch. Make any lineup change.
Yeah, that's true.
Forward, defense, goalie. He'll do it.
You were just talking in ifs again, though.
Oh, no. Big Uke's going to be very upset.
Well, it's a big if. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think Connor Ingram's been an issue.
But it's like when a team's down 4-0 in the second and you switch the goalie, but the goalie had no chance on those 4 goals. You make a change just for the sake of that change. That can happen in a series perspective too. That you're down 3-1 in the series. It's not the goalie's fault completely, but you sit there and go, I can't take 5 guys out of the lineup and put 5 new guys in the lineup, so we'll try goaltending.
Correct.
Maybe a Jarry actually comes in and is all fired up because he gets to play back in the playoffs. Once again, I don't think.
That's a big if.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Jay Milne, Tom Gazzola, Matt Iwanyk with you here on the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Canada Storage experts find convenient locations, latest deals on their website, sentinel.ca. Proud sponsors of the Edmonton Oilers as well. Coming up at 11 o'clock, we got the Lock Shop, Dusty and Huss. Dusty live, BP's Clareview, where Tommy will join him for the oil stream. Mm-hmm. EST Afternoons, myself, Gager, Zach. We've got the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne until 6:30 tonight. We've got GCL Diesel Oil Stream pre- and post-game shows tonight live from BP's Clareview as well. Tommy, Gager, Benny, get you set and then recap Oilers Game 3. They also have Game 4 Sunday for you. Mm-hmm. That's a 7:30 start, so a 6 o'clock start for the pregame show. They will be live BP's 170th for that one. And then a reminder also tomorrow, 10 o'clock, we got Hello Hockey.
Yep.
We've got Pipeline Show. We've got What Were We Saying? That's all coming on our Hello Hockey, Cross Edmonton Sports Talk on our audio streams, the Pipeline Show and What Were We Saying, starting at noon for those 2 shows, 10 o'clock though. Mm-hmm. And then Sunday morning, Season 8, VIP Golf Show with Murray McCourt. Zachary will be with him, but that gets going live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports presented by Play Alberta, the official drink of the EST Hangout. It is Dylan's Small Batch Distilleries, refreshing cocktails made by the #1 canned cocktail brand, made the right way, crafted right here in Canada. Find them at your local liquor store if you're looking for something summery, springy, just to get you in the mood this weekend because of the forecast. grab a Dillon's small batch. It is
Bouchard's
-4 right now.
Plus 409 to score a goal tonight.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
That's fair. I
A
would
little
think.
sprinkle.
I don't mind that number. I mean,
Yeah, that's very generous. I think Edmonton was at -132 on Play Alberta as the favorites.
-132.
Yeah.
And then on the puck line, plus 150, 172. Over under still set at 6.5. The over is the strong favorite.
As it should be.
-161.
Yeah.
Wow. Wonder if you could adjust that.
7.5 is -164.
No.
Oh, no, plus 139. Plus 139. I was looking at the under. Plus 139 for 7.5. So 8 goals.
Isn't the goal average like around 8 in the games they've played this season?
Jack had something on that. I think the average score was 5-4.
I think it was, 7 games?
Jack,
Or no,
Michael.
5 games.
Yeah.
5 games, and it was like 40-some goals.
7-4 Edmonton, 2 empty netters. 6-5 Anaheim, 4-2 Edmonton,
22.
empty netter. 4-3 Edmonton, 6-4 Anaheim, empty netter. The average score has been 5-4. So 9 goals has been the average.
Yeah.
So it was 11, 6, 7, 10. So
No
6.5 is I would say a very comfortable number.
Yeah. I might.
7.5's not bad.
Plus what on 7.5?
139.
Yeah.
I might bump that just a little tease. I think that's. I want to simplify Jay's play of the day.
Looking for a victory?
Yes.
Oilers win in the over? Oh, no. Oilers win. Oilers are the favorite.
But that number's not. That number's going to help you in a parlay. -132
Yeah.
and over.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Over 7.5.
I would just go 6.5 in a parlay.
Over 6.5. What would it be?
For what?
Oilers money line. Over 6.5.
Brandon says, use your game sense, Tommy. Always.
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 Oilers money line with 6.5. Oh, I got to build it. I can't just bet it. Same game parlay. Oilers over 6.5. Plus 144.
Okay,
So you get that
we could
boosted. It'd be
to
plus 155.
55, something like that.
160 in that range.
That's not bad.
That's where it's like I like the 7.5. I think you're at that point you're risking the parlay a little bit, especially if you're just looking for a thing. Or the other way to do it is you could go Oilers regulation if you're looking for a little extra boost.
Like a
On the three-way.
win-lose draw, 3-way.
Yeah. Yeah. Where if it's overtime, it's going to mess. But if you believe that the Oilers are going to have a strong game tonight and there's still going to be goals, even like a 7-4 victory or something, a 6-4 victory for the Oilers or something. Regularly, if you're looking for a little added value.
Well, I know Reed's confident in the Oilers tonight. Reed is confident that they're going to get the win tonight. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. I think they could. I think they'll split in Anaheim. They could split. I think they could sweep in Anaheim, but I don't think they're going to get swept in Anaheim.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I am leaning towards they go 2-0 in Anaheim, close this thing out in 5, and then we have the gentleman's sweep episode of the Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric next week, and we can rub it in Reed's face because he dislikes that very much.
He actually despises it. That's not a bit.
No, it's a sincere dislike and detest for
Yeah, he's not a
that
fan.
situation. Someone brought it up on the post-game show the other night, and he gave me the quick glance, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, he don't like talking
you
about
don't
it.
like it.
Northside Sam was saying Oilers and over 6.5 is plus 278. Where are you getting that? I did the same game
That Play
parlay and I
Alberta?
got plus 144.
Are you just Googling it like Jasmine does?
No, I have it. I'm on the same game parlay.
I was just teasing.
Unless there's a pre-built one.
Oh, is he doing Oilers 3-way, Matt?
Well, that's what I always. Maybe Oilers 3-way.
Maybe he's doing the Oilers 3-way, I think.
Can you do Oilers 3-way like that? Well, Oilers. Yeah, it's plus 121 on the 3-way, and then over I don't think I could do that. Sometimes I struggle with this, with betting apps. Because sometimes you can't put things into a parlay if they're in the same game. You got to do it in the same game parlay. And I don't have the 3-way on the same game parlay. So if I did Oilers, draw, and over, will this work? No, it's not letting me do the parlay one. So I'd have to look it up.
Just
under popular, it's at the very bottom. Oh, yes, it is 3-way. Okay. Oh, there it is. They have, Play Alberta has its own bet. Oh, I see. They have 3-way and total. So Oilers and over 6.5 is plus 278. That's regulation, though.
And I don't know. Like, one of these games is going to go to overtime.
I can see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I feel. It may not happen.
Well, I'm just.
They've been tight
What is
games.
the Oilers' money line? Is minus 132. And I don't know what the value for that would be. Okay, I need to find, because here's I have one more idea for you, Jay, but I got to go try to. So it's minus 161 for that one. I need to go find an odd that's minus 161 just to try to see what something would. Oh, no, can't do that one. I have an idea for you, so just bear with me for a second here, Jay. Okay, minus 167. Okay, so so it's plus 127. Okay.
Okay.
It would be, and this is I'm guessing because I had to put the Avs money line is minus 167, and it's minus 161 for the over. So I just build this. Oilers or draw double chance. So the Oilers win or goes to overtime.
Okay.
That's plus 127. If you get that boosted, probably plus 140.
But I think the Oilers will win.
You do think they will win?
Well, I have to go with my guy.
Then do you
Reed.
believe they're going to win in regulation?
That's my concern. I would just rather ride Oilers money line.
You want to, but okay, then go that way because like this one also gives the ability.
I'd rather
that
just do Oilers over.
Ducks, if you're not also fully committed, like because there's a part of you that also said you're not so sure about the Oilers winning tonight.
Correct.
The draw gives you ability that if the Ducks were to win, it would have to be overtime, but your bet would still hit. Something to think about. You got a long time till your show.
I might just pin my Jay's play of the day on over 7.5. Goals, goals, goals. Goals, goals, goals. It's a good Motley Crue song.
It's your play of the day. You
It
do
is.
you. I have to come up with part of the screw it. Let's do a parlay for today. I don't even know where I'm going to go on that one.
Oh, we are one sub away from 14,500.
Let's hit it.
If you have not yet subscribed to Edmonton Sports Talk, please do.
Or if you dislike what we do, I guess you can unsubscribe. There's always that option.
We don't recommend that, but yeah.
Maybe you
isn't-
unsubscribed and then now is resubscribed. So it can be
he would.
14.5.
Yeah, he
Be
would.
a smart play.
How about that?
You can't unsubscribe and then hit and subscribe to be 14.5 because we'd lose a sub.
No, but he'd get credit for it because now that we said it, it's going to go boom, boom, boom. We're going to get a couple
Right.
subscriptions, and then he can lay claim.
We won't know who gets it. That's the sad part of it. I
You
wish we
can't
could.
look and see.
I don't know. I maybe you could. I've tried to because I've wanted to do contests before. If you do this, but I can't find a spot to see who subs so you can do a contest. Right?
I know Koob, after every show, Koob gives us the numbers from the show. He
I think
says
those are false.
6 new subscribers, though.
I think those are false
Even subscribers?
because I remember
Well,
when
I know they are. I know they are. Like the numbers of viewers are.
No.
It's
That's
weird.
accurate.
How can that be? I'll ask you later.
The subscriber one, like, because I remember I was filling it for Nanso for a while, and he kept telling me, "Oh, we got plus 3 new subs. Oh, we got 4 new subs today." And then I'd go look on the analytics a couple of days later for those shows, and it's 0 subs. So something's lying initially after a show. The views are accurate. I will
Maybe
just
it's
tell you
you.
that one.
Then I will tell you. They're not.
You pardon?
I'll tell you they're not.
Okay.
I can show you.
Hangout headlines brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club. Premier conditions, top-notch service, unmatched value. Book your tee time for next week. You can't do it for this weekend, likely, unless you want to. I don't know if they're open. It's miserable.
Deal with this crap.
Stinks, but it's going to be nice again next week. The
It
ranch will be open.
stinks.
You'll want to go golf the ranch, home of the EST Golf Classic, the third annual EST Golf Classic on July 8th. Oilers Ducks tonight. We have 2 other games in the National Hockey League. Mammoth and Utah are underway, or will be underway, as well as the Canadiens back home at the Bell Center hosting the Lightning. Both those series tied up at a game apiece. If you go look at the NBA, you've got Lakers, Rockets, Celtics, 76ers, Spurs, Trailblazers. Lakers are the only one up 2-0. The other series are all tied up at a game apiece. And then rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL draft get going out in Pittsburgh. I don't know what to make of my Ravens pick. Offensive lineman.
I like it.
Did you like who they picked?
Yeah. Can't pronounce his name, but
I can't either. I was
like
hoping
it.
for someone else, but I also understand why they didn't take him. What'd your Commanders do?
They got the linebacker from Ohio State.
Oh, the linebacker from the Ohio State University.
The linebacker.
How does that feel to get an
Sonny
Ohio?
Styles.
How does it feel to get a linebacker from Ohio State as a Michigan boy?
Well, I don't take those into professional considerations. This was the person they've targeted from day one. This is a game changer for them at the linebacking position, which is a bit of a source of weakness for them. I mean, Bobby Wagner has been their linebacker in recent years. How much more does he have in the tank? I like this pick. I like that they didn't deviate from the game plan.
Running back to the Cards.
Jeremiah Love. Great.
Number 1 running back in the draft.
Yep. Now, I mean, Jacoby Brissett's going to be handing him the ball.
That's good.
So if he
I
can,
hope he hands it off to him a lot.
he
for
might
your
have
sake.
to. And if he can shoulder the load or carry the load, then fantastic. But I don't know what to make of the Cardinals.
Damon Bunting's in Pittsburgh at the
Yes.
draft.
Is he really?
Yes.
Yeah. Craziness.
Looks like it'd
He's
be a
a
lot of
Steelers
fun.
fan, is he not?
No, Jacksonville.
Right, he's Jackson.
He likes weird teams.
Jaguars.
Yeah, he likes
likes
the
the
Jags,
Kings.
like Sacramento Kings.
The Edmonton Oilers. Kidding. I don't know if I would enjoy the draft anymore.
I didn't watch as much as
Like
I've
going
settled
to
in-
it.
I've settled in
There's too many people now.
yeah, it's I like the here's why this player was drafted. Here's like the breakdown after the draft
pick?
selection's made. I don't mind. I like that. But I don't know. There's too many other interesting things going on in sports last night. So
I had it on for a good 20 picks, I think, until I shut it off.
I just had the hockey on.
My Ravens are drafting early. Like it was 14th. I'm used to later. So I was like, okay, well, they're not that far away. So I wanted to see what they did and then kept going. And I do like the Rams taking Ty Simpson to a degree.
well, you get a quarterback that can learn from Matthew Stafford.
Well,
apparently
A guy that I believe in playing a quarterback, not letting him sit for a bit. And there is zero rush to put Ty Simpson in as the starting quarterback of the St. Louis or the LA Rams. Love that pick for him.
And
I don't know if
apparently-
he's going to be a right quarterback, but I love the path that what they're trying to do there.
Apparently they consulted with Matthew Stafford and said, hey, we're thinking of this. What do you think? And he was all for it.
Like if Stafford is going to do 1 or 2 more years, perfect. Like I would, if I'm the Rams, I'm hoping Stafford gives me 2 more years.
How old is he now?
36,
Okay.
34, 5.
He's had a good career.
That's a good point. Northside
38.
Sandwich makes Montreal. Sorry to change back, but I wanted to say this when you brought up the games tonight of just the Bell Center.
Yeah.
What
That's going to be
gonna
quiet, very miserable.
Like I love that
a church.
stuff. I
Just-
love that
it's
stuff.
Never.
It's amazing.
It just gives me goosebumps.
When you think of the Habs, you just think of boring.
Zero tradition, really.
It's awful.
Like
Like it's one of those games where you wish, like, why is this team still in that city?
yeah,
Right.
the fans don't show up.
yeah, they don't like that team at all.
I love that.
Yeah,
That place is going to be rocking.
it's such a
And
cool
that
arena.
series has been just like, and I know what you said. I think Penner's Pancakes, and maybe you commented on it, that the Oilers have been out hitting Anaheim. And although I understand that, they have been checking, and they are, I think they're second right now in the playoffs with checks delivered. But I mean the little stuff, the details, the the scrums after.
Animosity.
Yeah, just that general hate.
Yeah.
I haven't seen what I would deem as normal levels for a playoff series.
Right. Totally.
But
fair.
you can certainly not say that for the Tampa Bay Montreal series. Those
love
two
it.
teams hate each other. Corey Perry's putting on a acting class in the penalty box. I mean, it's just pure gold.
Hagel's getting into it.
Oh, yeah.
And was beating on the Euros.
Oh, yeah. What more do you want?
Not that I condone that. I enjoy it, though. Real quick, just a PSA from Mike, the Michigan fan. Heads up, avoid going south on Highway 2. It's a turtle's pace starting at the Highway 19 overpass. Drive safely out there. Take your time. The squalls and the snow and the slippery conditions are not good.
Well, I saw that they were suggesting, like, don't travel Highway 2 unless you absolutely have to.
Be careful out there. This is another one of those BS spring winter storms.
Well, it's right at that temperature where there's
Trouble.
like ice. It's if it was -8, it's better. Or if it's +8, I feel like you're right at that freezing spot, which just causes the problems.
That's why you don't take your winter tires off till May long.
Yeah.
Just don't even bother.
This is awful today, though.
It's spring and everything.
AMA road conditions on Highway 2 are fine, it says.
Mike, the Michigan fan, is reporting live on location.
As of 10 this morning, they say it's bare dry on the AMA highway reports.
Okay.
Fake news, Matt.
But where was Mike the Michigan fan?
By the Highway 19 overpass.
This
Where's
is
Highway
Devon
19?
overpass, I believe.
Don't know. Not off the top of my head, at least.
I don't even know where Devon is.
Devon's south.
Devon's west of west
by
of
River
Highway
Creek.
2. No. It's south of River Creek.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
But
Oh,
in
yeah,
that
no, I know where
direction.
Devon is. Oh, yeah, okay, that one. Yeah, but there's a...
Devon's straight west of Leduc.
I'm thinking like past airport type stuff. Like once you get past Leduc, Highway 2's, they're saying bare.
Dirk texting in. What's up, Dirk? Says, good morning. I don't know what all the buzz about Ottawa was to start with. They're getting completely crushed and we're hardly in any game. Yeah, they're getting outclassed. I had a glimmer of hope that maybe they could beat up on Carolina, but it's not happening.
Who sent that in?
Dirk.
Dirk, I completely agree with you. And when we were making our predictions prior to the start of the playoffs, I said, like, I don't understand this. Did people forget how good Carolina has been in the playoffs in recent years? Now, I know they haven't gotten to the ultimate goal, but they are a solid team. Brindamore is a animal. I love the way he coached. I love his persona. I didn't get the love in for Ottawa either. And especially,
They have
given
some issues.
that they have Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, they're getting schooled right now. So
Like it's a masterclass.
bad hit by Taylor Hall yesterday on Sanderson. That was a headshot. He didn't even get a penalty, did he? Or did he get 2 minutes? But he didn't get kicked out. It was bad.
Well, and Sanderson didn't come back for the rest of the
He
game.
was done, yeah.
Probably won't see him for now if he's in concussion protocol.
Yeah.
At least for a couple games, or for sure one.
That's all that Ottawa might have left.
Might be it.
That could be it. And Mike, the
16
Michigan fan, says, I'm in Nisku going to Costco. All right.
16, 5, and 4 is what the Sens were post-Olympic break. That's why there was a love. We've seen it in the past. That hot team going into the playoffs, can they cause damage? And that's why I think the love was there for the Senators, was that their run, like even April, they were 6-1-1 in the month of April. Solid way to go into the playoffs. I think that's where that love came from. And there's a lot of people that just think that the Hurricanes, they're not built well enough to go win. And
I'm one of those.
but that's what
Well, the track
I
record
think
wouldn't
the
suggest
track
they do.
record suggests that they will when they get closer, they will not succeed. But in these early rounds, they succeed. Hull doesn't have even have a hearing, says Chris.
Yeah.
And then one ball cash. Will Brady's last game is a Sen be tomorrow? Good chance.
Perhaps.
They lose. That's one I wouldn't be surprised if he wants out and we see a trade from him this summer. And Austin Matthews would be an interesting one too. I'm less likely that one we'll see.
Yeah.
But
Well, that would be a major blemish on Brady Tkachuk's resume. You know, you're supposed to be the guy. You're supposed to be the leader. You can't get it done. And you want to leave?
His brother did it.
his brother did it. There's issues with the fan bases and him because of the Olympics.
Sure.
The love's not there as much.
That podcast thing wasn't good with his dad and Matthew.
Why? What happened on that?
You missed that?
Yeah.
His dad was basically mocking the Sens, taking shots at Allmark and his mental fortitude, if you will, and just toughness overall.
Ooh, that's not good at all.
No. And you could see Brady kind of shying away from it, and Matthew kind of encouraged, and people made a big stink about it. There's been a lot of drama off the ice for the Sens this year. You know what's weird? They're a team that ends up with a lot of drama. Remember a few years ago, they hopped into a cab on the road and
Beacon the coach.
yeah, they were getting in, and the cab driver, the Uber driver released the video, and it was not good. This is
The Sens?
yeah.
Well, then there's the Mike Hoffman wife.
Mike Hoffman
With
stuff.
Erik Karlsson's wife.
It's just been a string throughout the recent years where something pops up and you're like, that's weird.
You think the Toronto Maple Leafs would move on from Austin Matthews?
I don't think Keith Pelly would move on from Austin Matthews.
Yeah.
I don't know who's running the team, though, for who's getting hired and what they want to do.
Is Austin Matthews the issue? Is that like, I don't think so.
No.
I know it's fun to pile on him and whatever
Sure.
and say what you want about him, but he's a hell of a hockey player.
Played hurt this year.
Yeah, you're
Got
not
hurt
replacing
again.
that type of goal scorer.
No.
The guy's a 50, 60 goal scorer on a consistent basis,
Yeah.
generally. Like,
When healthy.
yeah, it's like Austin.
They already lost Marner.
Well, that's and then they're sitting this season going, "We lost. How do you replace a 100-point player?" Like, oh, you're missing a. It'd be nice to have a 100-point guy. It's also you're gonna say the exact same thing when Austin Matthews leaves, and you'd be like, it could be nice to have a 60, 50 goal scorer. Hell, a 40 goal scorer. But there is a thing just also in general of Americans staying in Canada, and he's already stayed long enough. And it's if the Leafs can't turn this around, his contract's up soon. So can you afford to allow an Austin Matthews to walk on you? If just like a Mitch Marner did, like can you afford that? And also, does he want to stick around? Maybe he also sits there and is like, I've given you enough. I want to move on. I don't want to be part of a potential rebuild that might be coming, even though Keith Pelly says what he wants to say. There might be, this team's going to be bad. Like, is Anthony Stollart's the right goalie for that team? Great year 2 years ago. But is he the guy that's going to lead the Leafs still? Like, so there's a lot of question marks for that one. And
Yeah, but Austin Matthews just has 3 years left on his deal.
Yeah, I don't think.
so 2 years.
Depending.
Sure.
Situation dependent.
Sure.
And
But-
do you want to get in a situation where...
Now you just can't leave.
Well, but the thing is, like, you could also sit there and be like, you want us, if we trade Austin Matthews with 3 years left, we can get a lot more value than trading him with 1 year left.
Yeah.
You're telling me, like, you're to a team, you're going like, I'll give you Austin Matthews it's locked for 3 years. He's agreeing to come to you because I'm assuming he has some sort of control. Mm-hmm. You're getting a lot more picks or players and stuff like that for him. And he might, like, that's the thing. Like, if there's a mutual, like, yeah, we're good to maybe end this, that's where it comes from.
I would then look if you're saying, okay, because they have the core four there.
Now it's 3.
Tavares, Marner, Nylander, Matthews. Now it's 3. I would then look at a guy like Nylander to say, okay, let's have a discussion. Is this working out here?
The draft lottery is also going to be a big factor in this.
True. I just don't think Austin Matthews is, like I said, as much as it's fun to pile on him and his looks and what he wears. I mean, that's okay. That's just whatever. He's a hell of a hockey player. I don't know if William Nylander is giving enough. Like, that's an $11.5 million player who's barely above a point per game average, at least this last season.
Yeah. Didn't he just sign long term like a year or two ago?
Yeah, I think he's got similar to Austin Matthews or ish around there. But like, it's like That's the same valuation as Elias Pettersson in Vancouver.
Oof.
And look what he did this year. That was terrible.
Yeah.
That's a player, I think, if you're going to strip it all down in Vancouver, which by all accounts they are, or they don't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
That's a tough conversation. Or not, maybe not even tough, but that's a player who's under contract.
We had Irf Gafar on prior to that Oilers Canucks game last week, and we asked about that, and Irf said that Pettersson is like the 6th highest paid player in the league right now. There's only like 5 guys that make more money than him right now.
You're right.
That's messed up.
Bonkers land.
That is bonkers land.
For the production you're getting out of him.
He had a 50-point season. Not good.
Not good.
No bueno. Dirk also adds, Canadian teams drafting American top prospects is now becoming an issue. A lot of guys jumping ship. And Vegas wants every shiny toy. Maybe Matthews can go there. Yeah, and he'd be back in the desert. Very familiar territory for him. He could wear whatever outfit he would like to the game.
It would be interesting where because Phoenix would have always was that one. That's a prime spot for him. It's home. LA has been rumored a lot. What about Anaheim?
What about San Jose?
What's the cap situations of both those teams?
Yeah, San Jose all of a sudden is looking
Sexy.
Yeah, they're redoing the arena a bit. Yeah.
Well, look at you get to
When the
play with
team's
Mac
good.
and Celebrini.
Yeah, when the team's good, the market's buzzing. They follow that team very closely.
I mean,
When they're
Vinny
bad, they don't.
Desharnais, your top pairing D man.
Vinny Desharnais. Yeah, great.
Anaheim needs defense. That's a big thing. They don't have a lot of guys locked up. But they have $40 million in cap space for next year, 67 the year after. San Jose, they're sitting at $40 million for next year. They're needing a lot of UFAs on their back end, so they're going to have to do some things. So some money is going to be eaten up there. But like those are spots. If you're Austin Matthews, you want to go win possibly. Those are nice spots to go. I can help those. Like they're in the area that we're talking about with the Southwest. Mm-hmm. Good up and coming teams. Mm-hmm. What does adding a 50-goal scorer do to those organizations?
Boost.
Well, and some of the pressure would be off Austin Matthews.
Absolutely.
In both those examples you gave, you'd have scoring outside of him, and quite a bit of it.
And not the heat of the Toronto market.
I think that's a big, and you know, you could say a lot of Canadian markets.
Yep.
There's
Every
a lot
Canadian
of pressure.
market.
There's a ton of pressure.
100%. Montreal's the worst.
You think so?
Do you think Montreal's worse than Toronto, Matty?
Because it comes in 2 languages. That's what's always said. You got 2 languages coming at you.
Yeah, but what if you don't know
There's
one?
a lot of media then. There's even more media because of that. Because they have the French side of the media.
Sure,
and there's
sure,
the
sure,
English
sure,
side
sure.
of
It
the
is a circus.
So you
there.
got everyone's coming at you in 2 languages.
Oh, wow.
Toronto's there's just all the networks are in Toronto, so you got a lot of people. Those are your top 2. But I think Montreal's harder. Would be a harder place to play at times.
What would be the easiest in Canada? Ottawa? Vancouver?
I was gonna say Winnipeg.
Calgary?
I don't think Winnipeg's too harsh.
I think Winnipeg, there's a lot of love there.
There is, because I also think, and like Edmonton would have had this too, and I think we still do to a degree. It's you also don't want to get too much on the Stars. Like you don't want to rip on too much of Connor Hellebuck or something because he's going to leave. Like it's very easy to leave your city. Mm-hmm. So I think there's just a lot of love to the organization, and maybe completely off on that.
It's interesting with Hellebuck. There was some discussion pre-game amongst the gathered media, and there's some national reporters who are already covering the Oilers in the series. And I'm not going to say who, but it was brought up that perhaps Hellebuck would be somebody that wants out. Others suggested, no, that's not the case. And I was like, really? We're
I'd be
talking about
surprised.
I would be too.
Because he just signed that long-term deal.
Yeah.
That one wouldn't make sense to me.
Yeah. They talked about
I don't know. I don't think there was issues with him coming back from winning gold with the U.S.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any issues. We didn't hear that. Like
Didn't
that animosity that we saw between some Sens fans and Brady Tkachuk. I didn't see any of that with Hellebuck and the Jets fans. So
Speaking of contracts, Penner's Pancakes asks an interesting question because it's going to be probably one of the most talked about contracts over the summer is Connor Bedard. What's that next contract look like for Connor Bedard? Would you say he's exceeding expectations, living up to them, or underperforming?
Living up to?
I would say, yeah, living up to.
I feel like this was a year he kind of broke out.
Sure.
To that, I would almost make the argument to possibly exceeding slightly.
Okay.
You know, like had that type of year.
So I mean, is this a?
Hey, you know, until he got hurt, like that Blackhawks team was right in the thick of playoff.
Is this it? Is this a 7-year deal?
If you're the Hawks, you want to do that?
If you're the Hawks, you do. If you're Connor Bedard, do you?
If I'm a star player, I don't want to do. I'm not. I would never do.
You're gonna do 2 or 3, 4 years.
Where the cap's going right now, I'm locking in and I'm trying to cash in every 2 to 3 years.
I wonder if he does a Connor McDavid 2-year extension, something like that.
Now he still has a bunch of RFA years. That's the only thing. Mm-hmm. So maybe he does like
4,
yeah. And then you, like Matty says, you want to jump on the.
Then you do your big contract to kind of take you into your.
You do it when you have a couple RFA years left.
Yeah, this
that
might
they
take
buy
you
off
to like a year before UFA status.
Right.
He's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it might be like a 3-4 year deal. I don't know how long it is, but that would take you close to UFA status.
Which is, I think, 26
Well,
or
it's
X
how many
amount of
years?
Yeah,
isn't
so
it?
I think he could get, when you're 24 or 25, you could get to.
And if you like, and if you're the Blackhawks and you pay for like once you get into UFA years, the contract goes up.
Yeah.
Because now you're buying UFA years. Is he a $10 million player?
Yeah, I think so.
About there?
I think he's in the double digits when that contract's signed.
Yeah. I would say that's right around where.
What does Murray think? I'll have to ask him.
Yeah.
No, I'll be intrigued because I think this summer the contract could be signed as of July 1st. But I'd be intrigued I'm intrigued by Cale Makar. There's a guy who's got one more year left at 9. He'll be 28 after that. Like the Cale Makar contract's the one I'm intrigued by. How does that?
He gets bank.
Well, I know what is bank though, like because he sets the market for defenders now.
Yeah.
He's going to be the big market for all of that. Because when's Quinn Hughes?
Isn't Quinn Hughes? No, Quinn Hughes signed with Vancouver a couple of years ago.
Quinn Hughes
more year?
has got one more year
Yeah.
after. So the same, he could sign too. Both him and Cale Makar could sign this summer.
That's
What happens between those two? Does Quinn Hughes sign? Does Quinn Hughes want to stay in Minnesota? Or does he look to get to UFA status so he can go play with his brothers or something like that?
Yeah.
Because that's one of those risks. Makar is going to stay in Colorado. But are we going to see either of those contracts get done this summer? And what's the number?
Was that 9 right now?
Which one? Makar?
Makar.
Yeah. Quinn Hughes is 7.85.
Is that going to what? 12.5?
I think it goes to like.
Do you think
Higher.
he's going
I
14s?
think we're getting to Kaprizov territory here.
Really?
And he's 17 starting next
Long term.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the potential for that is there. Because it was, 5 years ago now, where Seth Jones, Darnell Nurse, Werenski were all in that $9 million range. And that was 5 years ago.
That was setting the bar at that time.
That's right.
Interesting.
I know.
And Bouchard's what?
It's
10
not.
and a half.
Would anybody say that he's not worth that? My gosh, of course he is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Bouchard, yeah. So Bouchard's going to be hoping he gets paid.
Yeah, of course.
So that when his contract comes up in a few years, he can be like, yeah, there's my number.
Boom. Hello.
Those are the couple. I'm looking forward to the back end contract conversations to see what happens with those two, more than a Bedard. For me personally, Mr. Milne.
Does the salary cap increase over the next, 3-4 years?
Goes up to 104 next year.
And then it continues,
asked,
right? Or
yeah, we asked Pagnotta, because there was talk of it going up to as much as 108 next year, and they've tempered that. It sounds like it's closer to 104, initially planned, and then I think next year is 113.
I think we're close to 120 in
And
3
in
years.
2 years, 120-ish.
The next 3 year projections are it's shooting up.
Yeah.
Right. Does that, in your guys' opinion, does that favor the superstars more, or does that favor the other 90% of the NHL players?
Superstars still can only get 20%, right?
Yeah.
But it's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
Like we're talking, like if you're talking a $120 million cap,
That's what, 25 mil?
that's 24 mil.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good chunk of money. I would like to think that it should benefit the superstars. That's what happens in the other leagues.
I'm okay with that too. I'm not saying there's a right or wrong
No, I know,
answer.
but in hockey, it generally goes to the conversation is it's the star players all have to leave a bunch of money on the table so that the bottom end players can make some more money. And we get to that a little bit with quarterbacks, maybe. You should leave a little bit with that, but I don't think we do it too much. Tom Brady did it. Most don't. They take their money. Star players take their money in other leagues. The conversation's not fully. Well, make sure you have the cash to pay that, the ninth man of your bench in NBA. But in hockey, that's the thing. It's about the team. Everything's about the team. It's the star players that have to go. And I just say, no, I think we're seeing the stars, though, go a little bit more. No, I'm going to take some money. Like McDavid did something unique. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're going to see too much of that.
Yeah.
Would you?
Well,
if you had the option to go and get, let's say, just 20 million,
I know.
would you go to 16 to allow the team to have that extra 4 mil to build a team?
Nobody would.
Well, Connor just did.
Just now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's got $100 million in the bank already.
well, and that's not his next contract either.
Right.
We'll see what that next contract is. Maybe the next contract he goes, I'm going to take 10.
Yeah, that would be hard to believe.
Yeah.
Right?
Could you imagine?
I think by ratios, of course it's going to benefit the superstars more than it would the, Brett Kulaks of the world or, the good players, but not superstar status. I think if you're looking at if you were to graph this out and chart it, yeah, you're going to see the superstars of the league. The 10% are going to get a lot more rich. But like I said, like ratios wise, if you're getting 5 million now, you might get 6.5. So that's big. It's just not as big of a gap or big of a jump.
The agents are already kind of getting ready to make a case for their upcoming free agents to get a piece of the new increased cap. That's already part of the strategy.
Playing footsie with me, man.
You guys playing foot? Oh,
He's trying.
I bumped. I thought that it'd just be fun. I just want to play
adorable.
footsies with him, and he just clearly doesn't want to touch me. So that's cool.
No, I don't like that.
Real quick, Brandon from Windsor asking if we saw the bench photo from the Sabres
Tonight's officials.
with the
Bless
pardon me with the refs and their pictures and their names. No, we didn't discuss it because that's not a new thing. The teams have been doing it for a long time.
I guess it just was more noticeable
It
because
was because they
shot
put
on
it
the
where
camera.
everyone could see it. It was very
Refs probably got upset about
Yeah.
that. You put that out. How dare
well.
you.
The refs love being on a first name basis with the players. They want to be their bros, as was told to me by a bunch of former Oilers when we had a great conversation about face-offs and linesmen a couple years ago.
Busy day coming up on Edmonton Sports Talk. Lock Shop, Dusty Huss live, BP's Clareview, Oil Stream following that from the same location, obviously, because it'd be very hard for Dusty to have to come back to the studio in 5 minutes. EST Afternoons, myself, Gager, and Coob. We got Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne extended till 6:30. We got GCLD's Oil Stream pre and post game shows tonight. Tommy, Gager, and Benny. Tommy live, BP's Clareview tomorrow. Hello Hockey, 10 o'clock right here at Edmonton Sports Talk. We've got on the audio streams the Pipeline Show at noon, followed by What Were We Saying? Tube Socks, Big Uke at 2 o'clock. Sunday morning, 8 a.m. VIP Golf Show Season 8 begins for the next 20 weeks right here in Edmonton Sports Talk with Murray McCourt. And then we've got the GCLD's Oil Stream pre and post game shows. BP's 170th across from West Edmonton Mall in the same area as Italian Center, Wayne's. That's 6 o'clock on Sunday. So it's just busy time coming up here. What's coming up on the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne?
Sportsnet's Ken Reed
Excellent.
will be joining us today, checking in. It's always fun to check in with them. A little bit of a behind the scenes look at all, how that works out in Toronto for their broadcasts. Benny's Blind Rankings will be up. It'll be a little bit of a later episode tonight because Benny's going to be here anyways. So we normally do it in the first hour of the show. I think it'll be in the second hour. So, and of course we're going to be talking about, because by then we'll know better idea of who's in the lineups, who's in, who's out, what the lines look like, where's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. We're going to talk about all that, probably some game day audio as well.
Reminder, EST Spring Store up until Thursday, April 30th, EdmontonSportsTalk.com at the very top. There's the link for the Spring Store on our website. If you want some EST merch for the summer that's supposed to be coming, that this is your chance to go get that. On behalf of Jay, Tommy, I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning in to EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage, live right here at Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Dusty, Haas, coming up next, live from BP's at Clairview. Don't go anywhere. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Look at this. Let's go.
There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout, presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here, joining us today.